let's talk about information or update about the examination. Based upon this information, we're going to try and make some assumptions, but we will try and have as much rationality as possible in those assumptions. That is going to be my point of discussion today. जो भी हमारे पास न्यूज़ आई है, बहुत सारे लोगों के पास आई है, इससे हम क्या क्या इम्प्लाई कर सकते हैं, अज्यूम कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं इन द कमिंग डेज. दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट अस टू डिस्कस. देखो, आरबीआई एग्जामिनेशन में हर साल, एवरी ईयर, देयर आर दीज रूमर्स दैट द एग्जाम माइट नॉट बी हेल्ड. If the exam is held, then when it will be held, rumors around all these things. Students who are able to get past these kind of rumors or misinformation or confusions are able to ultimately clear the exam. Whereas students who get stuck on these information, so-called informations and rumors and assumptions, are unable to prepare to their full potential, and that is why are unable to clear the examination. We can say that they are not able to utilize or achieve their own capability as per Dr. Amartya Sen's capabilities approach. Coming back, nonetheless, let's try and understand कि क्या क्या information हमारे पास नई information, new information आई है, and what can we imply or understand from this information. Is this information at all going to be useful also or not? Let's try and understand that. तो सबसे पहले, direct recruitment of officers in grade A may be resumed by the bank. By the bank here means by the Reserve Bank. May be resumed because grade A recruitment has been off for a very long time. So that is why the word resumed. Any time after the date of this settlement, which is the date that this notice was issued as per the bank's requirement. Now the bank has a requirement. 1400 plus vacancies are lying idle in grade A. But why this notice and why this discussion? अगर मैं थोड़ा सा background इसका उठाऊं तो RBI, there were news and there were informations that RBI wants to directly hire for grade A, which is assistant manager level, from the market, from around students like you guys who are preparing for the examination. So basically RBI wants to directly recruit grade A level employees from aspirants like you who are preparing for multiple examinations. When it decided or when it thought that it wants to do that, assistant, which is class 3 employees, which is a clerical cadre in RBI, said that this is harmful for us and you're basically taking away the chances of promotion amongst us. Whoever amongst us who could be promoted now will not be promoted because you're saying that you will hire all these grade A people directly from the pool of candidates outside. So you will do external hiring, so internal promotions will be affected. That is what assistants said. And that's a valid point. How will they be promoted? Now the present promotion policy puts almost 10 years of requirement for these assistants to become eligible for promotion without any examination, directly through an interview and everything, which is a very long time. So this was something that could be, something that could be addressed. That is why they were not getting promoted fast enough. That is why grade A level officers, there were a lot of vacancies there because direct recruitment was not happening and assistants were not getting promoted because of this requirement of almost 10 years. But if you directly recruit for grade A from the market, from outside, then this chance of promotion will also vanish. That was their concern. So they talked, they discussed, and finally they came to the conclusion, an agreement or some kind of a mutual understanding that, okay, let us hire people through direct recruitment from outside for grade A, but at the same time, let's reduce this promotion time period from 10 years to 5 to 6 years. That is the agreement, so that you guys can also get promoted, and at the same time we can also hire some people through from outside through direct recruitment for grade A level. So it's like a bargaining that has happened, something that you read in industrial laws as well. Bargaining हुआ है जहाँ पे इन्होंने बोला हाँ हम आपका ये time period कम कर देते हैं, but you also let us hire from outside. So we'll probably hire 300 people from outside and we will promote 300 amongst you as grade A from assistant. So both the parties are now happy, both the parties agreed to this. This is what the notification or the notice is about. They've actually agreed that from class 3 we will do promotion also, and at the same time we will do hiring from outside also in the form of direct recruitment for grade A level, which is assistant manager level. It is almost equivalent to grade B level, not very far down from grade B. For example, NABARD used to hire extensively for grade A and grade B both, but now slowly and steadily it reduced its hiring for grade B and focused more on grade A. But that has not resulted in people or students focusing less on NABARD exam anymore, because grade B almost similar. That can also give us some idea about the expected syllabus. What does it say? The arrangement as agreed upon will come into effect from the date of this settlement, which means immediately, and will be in force on an ongoing basis. और अगर कोई change होता है तो हम आपको बता देंगे. That is what they've said. So I've told you, I've given you a very good background. Now based upon this background, ये मैंने आपको बता दिया था, negotiation हुआ कि assistant will not be affected because assistant का promotion जल्दी होगा, and direct recruitment जो है वो start हो जाएगा at grade A level. Promotion का मैंने बताया था आपको, assistant to grade A ये 10 साल से 5 से 6 साल कर दिया है. तो इस तरह से negotiation के बाद finally they have agreed upon certain things. Now based upon this agreement, what is the expectation? Expectation क्या है? देखो grade B में बहुत ज़्यादा vacancies नहीं हैं, इसलिए expected है कि 40, 50, 60 के आसपास हमारे पास vacancies आएंगी in grade B examination. Grade A में vacancies अभी तो zero हैं because the examination doesn't happen. But क्योंकि अभी agreement हो चुका है, negotiation हो गया, bargaining हो गई, तो मतलब both the parties have agreed. अब इतना कोई आगे जा रहा है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि हाँ हमें ग्रेड है हायर करने दो, तुम बोल रहे हो हाँ ठीक है मुझे ये दे दो, 10 साल की जगह 5 साल में प्रमोशन दे दो, फिर हायर कर लो जितना भी करना है. हम बोला ठीक है, लेट्स शेक हैंड्स ऑन दिस. दैट मीन्स दैट आई हैव इंटेंशन ऑफ हायरिंग ग्रेड ए लेवल एम्प्लॉइज. तो इसीलिए चांसेस आर वेरी हाई, ऑलमोस्ट 99%. 1% आई कांट से बिकॉज टिल द टाइम ऑफिशियल नोटिफिकेशन डजंट कम आई कांट बी 100% श्योर. बट अगर दो पार्टीज नेगोशिएट कर रही हैं, इफ दे आर शेकिंग हैंड्स, दैट मीन्स दे हैव एन इंटेंशन ऑफ डूइंग समथिंग. ओनली देन विल यू पुट एन एफर्ट इनटू कन्विंसिंग द अदर पार्टी कि हाँ ठीक है 5 साल में प्रमोशन ले लो, 10 की जगह मुझे हायरिंग करने दो. ओनली देन यू विल गो एंड मेक ऑल दोज एफर्ट्स ऑफ कन्विंसिंग द अदर पार्टी, है ना. अदरवाइज क्यों अपना टाइम वेस्ट करोगे. दैट मीन्स देयर आर हाई चांसेस दैट ग्रेड ए विल ऑल्सो कम. Now the possibilities are that both grade A and grade B will come at different time periods, of course. First we can have grade A, then we can have grade B, or grade B and then we can have grade A. Or only grade B will come, which is likelihood is less because of what is happening above. Or only grade A will come, इसका likelihood भी थोड़ा कम है. Why the likelihood is less? For the simple reason that they don't want to, nobody wants to right now stop grade B hiring because it has been happening for a very long time. तो 40 बंद करने की जगह वो बोलेंगे ठीक है 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 इसके आसपास आप कुछ हायरिंग कर दो. डोंट क्लोज इट डाउन बिकॉज once you close it down, it's very difficult to open it up or start it up again. It becomes a task, it becomes a bureaucratic challenge. That is why you probably don't want to do it. What might happen is grade A might come in this year in 2025 and grade B might come, let's say December or January 2026, because grade A, if it comes, will also take a lot of time to get wind up, to get completed. So that is why, although both of them might happen in the same financial year, which is April 25 to March 26, but grade B might happen in the beginning of the next calendar year. That is also a possibility. I'm not saying it will happen, it is just my assumption based upon how the cycles work. So if you start with the recruitment cycle of grade A or grade B, it takes almost 3 months without the interview. With interview, it takes even more. That is my concern, that if they decide to hold both the examinations, how will they do it? Okay. अभी आते हैं सिलेबस पे, फिर हम आएंगे कुछ डेट्स पे जो कि एक पर्सनल मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. फर्स्ट लेट्स कम टू द सिलेबस. एक्सपेक्टेड सिलेबस क्या है? नाउ इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दैट द सिलेबस will be either similar or will be exactly the same as grade B examination. Either similar or exactly the same. chances of it being exactly the same are very high, with few tweaks here and there. For example, QRE made qualifying, or the number of questions in QRE changed a little bit, number of questions in general awareness changed a little bit, general awareness removed from phase 1 only in phase 2 now, something like that might happen. So they might juggle it around, mix it up a little bit, but I'm not expecting a lot of changes. Why? Because in NABARD also, in grade A and grade B level examination, the syllabus were very similar. In just one major difference, in grade B you had descriptive, in grade A you did not have descriptive at that time, but now they've changed that. In grade B they used to have another additional subject of statistics, they did not have in grade A. That was the only case. But in this case, RBI grade B, you do not have any specialized subject as of now. That is why in grade A, it will be very difficult for them to remove a subject, very low chances. So the syllabus is expected to be similar or the same. Descriptive paper is expected to continue. Why? Because it is continued or it is finding a place in NABARD exam also. And RBI and NABARD examination closely knit together when it comes to the level, etc., etc. That is why descriptive is expected to continue. Now it might not, it is just my understanding and my expectation. If it doesn't continue, good for a lot of students, bad for a lot of students, but this is my expectation as of now. Level either similar or a little bit easier. Journal awareness might become easy a little bit. Quant and reasoning might become easy a little bit, just like NABARD examination right now. Quant and reasoning is much easier compared to RBI. They might do that. So level is where they might play a little bit. That is my expectation. Current affairs expected to stay the same. Why? Because there's a lot of systems that are put in place to create current affairs. Because current affairs is not taken from one area, it's taken from multitude of areas. That is why a lot of different kinds of systems are put in place to get that kind of current affairs. They would not want to break that system once they've created it after such a long time. For example, getting finance current affairs from RBI website, you need some kind of specialized teachers who can do that, professors who can do that. Once you've found them, once you've created that structure, you don't want to break it, because RBI would want to have more those kind of questions. That is why they've created such a system. More technicalities involved. Okay. Syllabus expected to stay the same, and QRE might be qualifying, something that I just told you. So these are the expected changes that I believe. Now my personal idea of vacancies, this is purely personal. This is probably only my idea of rumor, not even assumption. I would not give it a lot of importance, but just something that I have, that is my intuition, nothing else. It's purely intuition. RBI grade B, I'm expecting somewhere between 50, 60, nothing more. And RBI grade A, I'm expecting anywhere between 100 to 300. Now, if they want to continue this hiring for the next 10 years, they would probably have somewhere around 150, 200. But if they want to hire for the next 3-4 years and then close it down, they would have 300, 400 vacancies. Okay, suddenly. I don't think they would want to start with it and suddenly close it down. That would have a very hierarchical challenge. And the unions are very concerned about hierarchy. That is why I'm expecting somewhere around 150, 200. That is my expectation. I might be wrong completely. So do not take my word on it. I'm telling you in advance that this is pure rumor, or this is pure intuition, not even a rumor. This is pure intuition, my personal intuition. Expected dates according to me. Notification. After this understanding, it will take another 1 or 2 months for them to start with the entire process. So notification might come between June and August anytime. That is my expectation. June if they are very fast, August if they are very slow. If the notification comes out in June, then the exam would begin somewhere in August. And if it comes out in August, then the exam would begin somewhere in October. Let's assume that the notification comes in June, exam is held in August, the latest, the earliest. Then how much time you have? You have about April, May, June, July, and some part of August. So you have 4 to 5 months in your hand before phase 1, which is good enough a time. It is pure logic based upon what's happening right now. So 4 to 5 months, I think decent enough for you to prepare for you to be ready, for you to be confident, for you to have a good chance at the examination of clearing it. You will never have more than this much time. How much effort you put in, you will always feel that you have 4 5 months, 6 months only for yourself to prepare well and seriously for the examination. Okay, so keeping this in mind, keeping all this information in mind, I think you can begin now if you've not. And if you've already started, pull up your socks a little bit, keep preparing harder, try and run faster, try and run with more scientific techniques. Get your water bottle as well ready. Do not lose out your steam, your energy right before the examination. Okay, so it's a marathon, treat it like a marathon. I'm very sure that this clarifies a lot of things, and I'm very sure with this clarity you will be able to study better and also sleep in peace for the examination being decided this year. That's all from my side. All the very best. Keep studying hard. Bye bye. Jai Hind.